Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. So it's wonderful to have you here. Would love to welcome you into the community. My name's Christelle. I'm the founder of One Click Creator, and I'm also the founding principal of OCC Metaversity. I am a real teacher. I started teaching back in 2007 in Washington, D.C. In 2017, I became an educational consultant. And then 2 years ago, I started teaching live classes here on Clubhouse. And I absolutely love it. So I do it most days of the week, but I can only do it if I have students. So I'm really appreciative when you all come to class, whether it's your first time or 10th time. It means a lot to me because a teacher can't really teach without students. At least this teacher doesn't want to teach without students. I'm sure some can, but with that being said, I do want to start everyone off by just saying please sign in today for attendance. I do give rewards for coming to class. If you're a paid edu creator, I actually pay you for coming to class. If you're a new student, this will let me know and I'll assign you with an edu creator that will sponsor your tuition, get you into the program, be your onboarding welcoming specialist. We are a wonderful, friendly community. We're a learning community. We're learning together. We're learning all about using AI tools and technology, especially technology that helps us be better edu creators. So, an edu creator is someone that creates content and also creates content that is intended to teach, guide, mentor, educate, help people learn, and just grow and develop and be better humans. Never any pressure to speak. That's one thing you'll know about being in my room. Even if you can come up on stage, but you can't speak, that's still super supportive to the room. And then that way, if at any point you do have a question or you want to share, you're already up here. Okay. So don't feel like if you come up here, you have to speak. And if you are one of my students or edu creators, I recommend you try this out as well when you're hosting your live rooms. So to be an edu creator and to be a paid edu creator, someone that has monetized their knowledge and their information and their skill set, it's super, super important to focus on audience growth and growing that email list. I create content that is micro content. So it's intended to teach you with the least amount of words and information possible so that you're just taking knowledge in micro doses. I love the concept of microdosing information and education and knowledge. So you'll see that if you fill out the attendance, there's a few things here. So you know where you are in the room. So give some space there depending on where you are. And then I'd love it if you would introduce yourself and let us know your thoughts on the topic. How can we avoid getting replaced by AI? And I want to let you know just up front, this is a positive conversation. These rooms are always positive, they're always empowering, regardless of what the title is. So I'm just going to tell you that up front, we will not, I do not believe that we will get replaced by AI at all. I think AI will be our best friend, it'll be our assistant, it'll be our right hand, left hand, all of that. I believe it's a path to freedom.
I'm really glad, Coach Crystal, that you shared that AI is not there to replace us. My real job, or rather, not real job, but what I did for 26 plus years was a 911 police emergency dispatcher. And that was one of the things that we started talking about in reference to between our position as police dispatchers and air traffic controllers. There's no way AI can take over our very, very critical jobs. I can speak mainly for police dispatching. When it comes to air traffic controlling, I've never been in a central tower to know exactly how they do things, but AI, I agree, will be a wonderful tool, but it cannot replace a human being. And so I'm happy about that. And I'm so happy about your teaching style. It's so welcoming and I love it. And I see myself being a straight A, perfect attendance student. Thank you.
I like to hear that. I love it. I'm so glad you're here, Star.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. My name is Hassan Thompson. I've been a educator in the classroom for a very long time, pushing into several decades, and this topic is not only exciting but also timely. Christelle and I were in a room recently where this issue of artificial intelligence in education came up, and I think it is quite controversial. So I'll be hosting a room. I don't have a date. But when I do, I'll go ahead and share that out. But if anyone wants to speak to this intersection between AI and education, just find my back channel so we can set up the conversation. In terms of my first takes, from my point of view, I do think there are some critical questions from the philosophical point of view. Will AI replace our thinking or will it enhance our thinking? It is a large language model, and I think we fall into the trap of anthropomorphizing it, giving it human characteristics, when really it is randomly generating or trying to predict the next word in sequence. And it really does a great job. It is a tool. And so it is up to us to know how to use that tool. Ultimately, I think it will be a reflection of our own humanity. Some of us use that tool to answer important questions, to generate a thinking process, to come up with new ideas, to fast track things that we would have done to make our lives a little bit less rote. At the same time, we can use this same tool for less ideal purposes. And so, whatever falls out of this AI controversy, I think ultimately it will be a reflection of us as designers and us as users of the tool in terms of how and where we take it. So, I'm excited about the future. I certainly use it on a regular basis, and I'm curious to hear other people's perspective on it as well. Thanks, and I'll close my mic.
Yeah, actually, can I share something now?
Yes, please.
I'm totally agree with Miss Krisal and Hassan. The thing is, we are not going replaced by AI. We are like, if we are willing to learn the AI tools, if we are skilled enough, then we who learn the AI will replace those who are not willing to learn AI. Like, we are not going to be replaced by AI. We will be replaced by people who knows AI, how to optimize it, how to use it, and in day-to-day tasks, not only for a specific task, like in day-to-day, because it's like habitual. If you are using Chat GPT in daily tasks, then you are the expert. Believe me. If you know how to prompt to Chat GPT, if you are using AI as your friend, tool, or assistant, then it will be your friend, and it will help you to grow along with some other tasks. Of course, you can do a lot with the Chat GPT. Initially, in the beginning, I was doing Chat GPT to create emails only. Believe me, if I think, whenever I think this right now, I laugh, because at that point I didn't know the power of AI, and after learning AI tools and the power of AI, I'm doing everything with Chat GPT. Like, that's crazy. You can design a funnel, you can optimize it, you can do SEO, you can do your marketing campaign, social media campaign, email campaign, everything with Chat GPT. But for that, you should know how Chat GPT works. You should know how to prompt properly and in the right way, because I also have tried something like, in the first window, in the first PC, I'm doing a journal prompting, like giving some journal information to ChatGPT to create a whole email sequence, or you can say the automation. And then in the other PC, I was doing the specific, as customized, tailored to my target audience prompting, and results were like day or night. You can tell the difference. So when you can judge the result, you should know your expertise, you should be skilled enough to judge outcome from the chat gpt. So in that case you should have those skills. If you are doing the copywriting, there are a lot of framework you can create, ada, 4ps, 4cs, like that. So you need to judge the content as per your knowledge, because chat gpt is not 100% correct ai, or you can say the results are not ideal. So on the basis of your knowledge you need to again adjust the prompt, and then again you need to utilize or customize it as per your need. So that's my opinion on about the chat gpt or other any ai tool. Yes, it saves your time, because there are a lot of video editing ai where you can just upload it and it will give you the results within 5 or 6 minutes, where I was spending 15 minutes to a single reel. Now I'm having the video ready with me within 5 or 6 minutes, and this is crazy. When I was creating content for my client, it was taking like a week or two. Now I can do with 4 or 5 prompts. It will take like less than 15 minutes, and really it's really optimized for my buyer persona, which is super crazy. So that's me. And yeah, thank you, ma'am. I really like your room and I really appreciate you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for that. I just want to say one of the most amazing things that I have done so far with AI, like a full complete project, is something that we're going to be focused on a lot in this EduCreator program, and that is how to use the one click course creator tool, which is a prompt. Mohammed talked about prompting, and I'm so excited about this because this is really where I want to guide this conversation today. And empowering ourselves by becoming amazing prompters. So people will say sometimes, oh, the output of ChatGPT sucks, or it's inaccurate, it's not reliable. And what I say to that is garbage in, garbage out. That's a very common term in the prompt engineering world. And what that means is it's all about the prompt. If you're not getting the response that you want, then this is where prompt engineering comes in. The better your prompt is, the more accurate your response will be. The one click course creator tool, and if you want to check it out, you can just go to my bio. It's oneclickcoursecreator.com. You can create an entire course literally in one click, and that is through a single prompt. Now it's a long prompt, so if you look at it, it looks like a long paragraph because I have lots of details in there, but I have yet to see a course come out of that prompt. And if you look, it's been used like over 133,000 times. I have yet to see a course come out of there that is not accurate. And I've created courses on subjects I am not an expert in, and I'll take it to an expert and I'll say, can you look at this and let me know? And nobody has said to me, this is not accurate. And so, one of the things that I did that I'm going to encourage you all to do is to create a free course lead magnet with the one click course creator tool. Mohammed said you can use AI to create videos so quickly. And this is a video course I created, it's on YouTube. It's a free course all about the benefits of creating a free course lead magnet. So if you want to collect email addresses, you want to grow your audience, you have a product or an offering, you want to grow your community, a great way to do that is to create a free course based on what your community needs. So this video up above, it's a playlist. It's 6 micro videos, so it's a micro course, which is my new favorite thing because the future of education is all about the micro, dripping out knowledge as it's needed, not giving people these long, drawn out courses that no one wants to finish or take. And so this was created using AI. It was created using an AI prompt, and it was created using Pictory, which is an AI video tool. Okay, so there's so much we can do here. I wanted to share this with you all. I hope you like it. You can grab it and save it. I'm going to be replacing the link again with the attendance, but I just wanted to make sure I shared that with you.
Hello, good afternoon, and thank you for the room. It's great energy in here. I'm loving everything we're talking about. I will say, Muhammad did hit the nail on the head, as you said, with the saying, you're replaced by people who are using AI. And as I've been learning a bit, working with ChatGPT, I run a small comic book company, and I've been doing some rebranding on that, as well as myself as a brand developer using ChatGPT. So things I don't know if anyone has noticed is you can build customer profiles, and Chat will actually add ideal customers into your customer profile that you can then tell Chat to create products or campaigns based on the information you've given it, things of that nature. I haven't really gotten into much of the image side of AI yet, as a hand drawn artist at times, but it's like I need to actually get on the surfboard and surf the wave rather than get taken under with the fish. So I'm going to start looking into mid journey and things of that nature. But the idea of feeding it my artwork so it will output things that are exactly as I would have done it. That's the goal in learning with mid journey recently. And also doing mock ups for websites and breaking that down, getting some great imagery for websites that I'm developing. Things like that are where I'm looking to move towards next. Other than that, I'm here to listen, learn, and figure out where to go next with this thing. So again, thanks for the invite, BB, and thank you for the room. Crystal, I am loving it, and I'm going to slide into the background.
And what I want to say about the art, I recently was having a conversation with a writer, and they were like, I don't know, I'm a writer, it doesn't really feel right to use ChatGPT. But I want us to remember that we don't necessarily have to use ChatGPT as a replacement for our writing or replacement for our art or replacement for anything. Many times I go to ChatGPT for inspiration. I want ideas, I need an outline, I want to brainstorm with it. I'm stuck. I just want to see what it says. I want to see what it comes up with. And again, similar to what Muhammad was saying, the writer, the artist, the teacher, the financial planner, the business owner that learns to use AI for their specific craft and skill set will be the ones that replace the teachers and business owners and everyone else who do not. So I just want to encourage you all to not worry about being replaced or it not being your best work. I believe that it can be better. I really strongly believe that. So again, thank you all so much for being here. These are some of my favorite AI tools for educators and parents, but really these can be used for anyone. And Omar, you mentioned something about websites. So that's what inspired me to go grab the link, because there's a tool in there called Gamma AI. The link is in the post that I just put in the chat. This is an incredible tool. It's one of my favorites in my tool belt, and it will create websites for you. It will create presentations, and they're not trash. Okay. They are amazing. I've seen other website builders, and I'm like, no, thank you, not interested. Gamma, you can literally right now on your phone, if you're like, okay, I'm over this conversation, I want to go make a website and play. You can do that. You can go to Gamma right now on your phone and build out an entire website with their AI tool. And then you can go to your computer and you can edit the website. You can't really edit it on your phone, but the first time I used this tool, I made like 5 websites back to back because it was so easy. It's one of those AI tools that when I started using it, I was like, oh my goodness, AI is going to change the lives of people forever. And it's interesting because Meir is here, and Meir is a website developer, and he's a designer, and he gets paid the big bucks to do something that is very challenging and difficult to do. And we even had a conversation about Gamma and how does that work with someone who's a website developer. And I would say that a website developer who uses Gamma is going to be able to scale their work, because sometimes the hardest part is the design and in thinking about how to order things and where to go. So again, Gamma can be used as inspiration for websites to have even more customers and scale, because he's using AI to advance his work. So this is another great example of that.
So, a couple of things that I would love to share with people who are not hip to the AI, as the kids are saying. I worked in translation for a decade before machine translation became a thing. And as soon as machine translation became a thing, which is effectively you are the person who is training the machine to identify what this means. So you see a word like, it knows that means apple, right? But sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it means to fall down. Sometimes it has some other things. So when one of the first things that's going to happen is that you need to create a system by which you're able to explain to people that the mistakes that AI, that the machine learning things will make are mistakes that this human will not make. Really double down on your soft skills as you're learning how to do prompts or use it for other purposes. Double down on, you may get this done faster, but if you want it done right, you need a human. The second thing that's going to happen is that they're going to start hiring humans to double check the work of the AIs. That's going to then bring the cost of hiring a regular human down. And now you're going to go from, as I did, something like 35 or 27 cents a word to arguing over a fraction of a penny. That's the second step. When you get into that position, that's when you really need to decide, what is it that I bring to this table that nobody else can? And for me, it was fantasy fiction. I know how to interpret emotions and stuff like that in a way that the machine learning thing couldn't. These are all things that, as Mohammed said earlier, as other people have said, when you learn how to make yourself indispensable, then it doesn't matter whether they bring AI in. You also have to be constantly scanning. Is your job or is the work that you're doing becoming flooded by AI users? What is your edge? Make sure you always have that edge. What is coming next? Watch the trends. Get involved with futurist organizations who will say the next big thing in AI is XYZ, so that you can check yourself against it. It doesn't have to be a surprise that suddenly you don't have a business or suddenly you don't have a specialty. That's a choice. And just like everything else, if you are a lifelong learner, part of your lifelong learner is making sure that you always know what's going on in your industry. Thank you for coming to my head talk. I am landing this helicopter.
Just weigh in a bit. Tanya brought up a few things for me that may be good for the group. There's going to, in this landscape, many of us already know what's happening, but there are going to be a lot of people who move into this guru expert space, leaning on the output of your artificial intelligence machine in order to create their content. And I think that is going to be what separates the wheat from the chaff, if you will, because anybody at this point can churn out a quick article about this, that, or the other. Using the one click course creator, you can turn out an idea, as Christelle said, that you have no idea about. What is going to separate, and Mohammed brought it up, and a lot of us have alluded to this, the person who knows how to use AI. And that doesn't necessarily mean putting in a poor prompt, but taking the output. And those of us who've used it, we can generally accept that it probably gives us a C plus, B minus answer, no matter what we ask it and no matter how good the prompt is. It's good. But what is going to separate us from everyone else, every Joe Blow off the street who tries to move into our lane of expertise, is how you take that output and customize it. How are you going to add your unique flavor of writing style to it? How do you bring that additional aspect and not just take it for what it is and turn it out on your platform, but using that time to really create some nuance within it is what's going to separate it. So there's going to be a lot out there, but as Tanya said, you've got to put that distinguishing characteristic, that spice X onto it, that really makes it something that people will want to listen to or want to consume. So I just wanted to add that. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. So I just want to highlight this article that I have up above, and this was written using two AI tools. The first AI tool that I used is Poe. I don't know how many of you use Poe. Poe is also what I use to create my own chatbots for my students. So The third homework assignment that the students had was to actually validate their courses. This is very important. Many courses are trash because they're not validated to begin with. The course creator did not create it in response to what people were asking for. They created it for themselves. My first course was like this. I created a course that no one asked for. So, one of the big things we talk about to ensure that our courses are results driven and really lead to happy students is to validate them first. Validate your course by understanding what the problem is that you're solving, who you're solving it for, and the special way that you're solving that problem. I'll actually share that chatbot with you all in the chat, but I'm using Poe for that to create that chatbot. And I'm excited. I'm starting a workshop series because I do have a few students who are interested in learning how to create their own chatbot and how to improve their prompt template knowledge and skill. And if you're looking at this article that I have up above, again, I use Poe to create it, and then I also use Perplexity. So I love Perplexity. That's another amazing AI tool. And because I use Perplexity, you have access to some articles. So if you want to go on a whole rabbit hole on this topic, you'll be able to, because we have 6 articles here that are linked. So I love these 2 AI tools. And so I'll go through these real quickly. And then there's one in particular that I want to continue talking about. So the first is, of course, to develop strong interpersonal skills, because AI can perform a lot of routine cognitive tasks, but it still struggles with social and emotional intelligence. So really, if you want to not be replaced by AI, just be a better human, right? Learn how to connect better with others, have more emotional intelligence. This is one of the things I actually love about AI is that as you start using it, as you start teaching others, as you start building community, it does force you to be a better human because you're having to interact with other people and build relationships and work through conflict, and that's something that humans do uniquely. Also talks about focus on creativity and complex problem solving. So this is another wonderful thing about being an edu creator. You're constantly having to create and design and reiterate and go through the complex problem solving that AI is not able to do. The third one we've talked about, and this one I'm going to lean in a lot, which is learn how to prompt AI effectively. So I'm going to come back to this one in a moment. The fourth, and if you're wondering what I'm looking at, I posted it earlier, but it's in the Buy Me a Coffee posts. It's the 5 ways to avoid humans or being replaced by AI. So the last 2 are adapt quickly to changing needs. So being more adaptable will make you a better human in general, but especially being more adaptable to the changing needs and the technology that AI provides is going to be a useful skill. And then the last one is to focus on uniquely human attributes, qualities like judgment, intuition, strategic thinking, leading others, and holistic problem solving are very unique to humans. So I hope this makes you all more optimistic and feel more empowered about the future of our relationship with AI. I know it makes me feel better about just wanting to be a better human in general, because again, if we have AI as our assistant, then we're just that much more empowered. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Anyone have any thoughts about anything that we've mentioned here or any questions? I know we've shared a lot of different tools. While the next person is speaking, I am going to put the attendance form back up. This is the last opportunity to sign in for attendance today. You're right on with what we're talking about here. So please feel free. No pressure, of course, but if you'd like, or if anyone would like to respond.
And you're discussing what AI has done for individuals and businesses, I take it?
Yeah.
Well,
So we had a few different discussions. We definitely talked about the importance of understanding that humans will not be replaced by AI as long as we understand AI. We know how to use it. We're using it. I love that Mohammed said using it on a daily basis, whether it's with our businesses, education, if we're homeschooling parents, or we just have children in general. We can use AI to apply to our lives in so many ways. And we were
yes,
saying that this is how we become empowered AI users, not people that are scared of
exactly.
AI. So, yeah, I love what you've been saying.
Great. So my company, I'm a non-for-profit organisation based in London called Colab Training Academy, CIC. The word collab is short for collaboration. I like to collaborate and work with other people. And I suppose one of the reasons I've called it collab because I struggled on my own. And as you can't really be successful unless you've got a team around you, a mentor, support mechanisms. So that's why I called it collab. The irony is that the collaboration with AI has been my best collaboration. I work in London with the most traumatized young people who've got mental health issues, they are gang members, and other really horrific challenges that these guys have got. I've had unfortunate cases where we've lost members of our training programs, where they've passed away in the streets, and it's been really difficult. But I came in and did a 6-month program with this particular organization, and the reason I won the contract is because I could express myself in writing. I could put together a beautiful presentation. I could put a marketing letter together. I could do my costings. I could evaluate. And that was the reason why I was successful in winning the bid in the first place. Now they've seen me do the work for 6 months. I am their number one service provider because I've got lived experience in my field. So the thing with AI for me, I've been using it for 5 months. My nephew, God bless him, he came and stayed with me, and he just simply said, "Maurice, have you heard of Chat GPT?" And I semi ignored him. He said, "Uncle Maurice, I really need to show you this Chat GPT." I said, "Okay, let's do it." From the minute he showed me, it was a life-changing experience for me. It was like somebody had uplifted me and give me renewed strength, give me optimism, and I didn't have to hire these. And I know we talk about hiring staff, but as a small business, I've got 7 people in my business. To do what I want to do on a bigger scale, I'd probably need 14 people. Now with AI, we can be twice as productive with the same amount of people. So all the areas that I look at to grow, I teach one of the workshops I teach. It's called 7 Pillars of Life. I think some people have heard of the 7 Pillars of Life. So we've got faith, family, fitness, finance, friends, career, and self. I'll repeat that: faith, family, fitness, finance, friends, career, self. And I've got lived experience. Back in the day, I was a gang member. I went to prison back in the day, and my goal over the last 5 years was to give people my experience, but I could only do it about 40% of what I really wanted to do. So, the example with the 7 pillars, I can now articulate everything that's in my head through AI and deliver the workshop as well. So we're going through this cycle of, wow, I can do the presentation. Wow, I can put the proposal together. I can do bids. I can do sponsorship letters. And so all these boxes were being ticked in my business that was just so refreshing, and it just gives you confidence. You sleep better at night, and it's good for your health. And all this has a ripple effect on the people around you as well. The wife is happier. She knows that we're winning contracts. The team are more focused. My delivery is better in the workshops. I've got more content to give to people. Christelle, I could talk to you about the benefits of AI for a very long time, and I can't recommend it highly enough used in the right way. I know there's controversial arguments and debates, but I think most people use AI in the right way. I just can't wait for 6 months' time. I design videos. I've always done these things. My hobbies, and this is my final share, my final point. My hobbies before AI, I did make small videos for social media. I did design posters in Canva. I did the marketing, but I didn't do it as well as I'd like to. My content was terrible. People used to say to me, Maurice, why'd you write these things and you're making mistakes, basic spelling mistakes? They're saying you're making mistakes. And to be honest, I didn't care. That was me. I should have cared, but I didn't. But now I've got AI on board. It's funny that people respect what you deliver and not what you are. Let me repeat, people respect what you deliver and not what you are. And what AI has given me a combination of me being me, but also this is what I'm thinking in correct terminology, in correct content. Yes, so that's just me. And thank you, Christelle, for letting me share. I hand the mic back.
Thank you so much. We should aim towards transformation and results. And the thing I love about AI and using AI in a room like this one coming on live on Clubhouse is that you can create transformation with people in just minutes. Earlier, we talked about when you have something that's free, like a free course or a free workshop or a free anything, and it creates transformation just in the free, people are going to be much more likely to sign up for your paid offer. Because if you're giving transformation without asking for any money in exchange, there's just something that happens. It's a reciprocity. There's just value that's given there up front, which 99% of people don't do. So it makes you stand out. And one of the things I love about AI is we can literally open up rooms and just introduce people to tools like AI PRM that's going to change their life because it's going to give you 4,000 different prompts to create whatever you want. Or I love sharing Gamma, right? Gamma is a website builder. So literally in minutes, someone can be in your Clubhouse room and now they leave there and they're able to create websites in seconds. They're able to create a whole course in one click. That is real transformation. And that's only possible because we're able to come here and teach about these different AI tools. I absolutely love what you've been saying, what all of you have been saying. I appreciate you so much for being in this room. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start closing out the room. Thank you all again so much for joining. Great to see all of you. Oh,